These oven baked prawn spring rolls are so easy to make, you'll be making them time and time again. To begin, take 170 grams of king prawns and remove the shells if they come with them. Then we need to devein them. So I'm just going to simply butterfly mine open and then remove the nasty bits from inside. I find it easier to have a little bowl of clean cold water next to you, so you can just rinse the prawns if you need to, or you can just rinse your fingers in it if you need to do that. Next, run your knife through the prawns just to roughly chop them up, and then set them to one side while we prepare the vegetables. So I've got 200 grams of Chinese cabbage here. You could also use sweetheart cabbage or Savoy for this, and then we're going to shred it up as thinly as we possibly can. Next, we'll take one carrot, top and tail it, peel it, and then grate it on the large side of a box grater. I'm going to use 4 cloves of garlic for this recipe, but if you don't like too much garlic, maybe half that to 2, but I think 4 is perfect for this. And then I'm just going to peel the cloves and finely grate it on a microplane. You could also finely chop it or put it through a garlic press. And then finally, I'm going to take 4 spring onions and thinly slice them. Next, place a frying pan or a wok over medium-high heat and add in 20 milliliters of a neutral flavoured oil for frying. Once it's hot, add in your garlic and stir that around for 30 seconds before placing in your prawns. Cook the prawns and garlic for 1 minute and then add in the shredded cabbage and the grated carrot. Mix that through and allow it to cook down for about 2 minutes. You'll notice that it'll shrink down in size. At this stage, we're going to add in the seasonings. So for that, we've got 30 milliliters of soy sauce, 30 grams of oyster sauce, and 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. Mix them through and cook them for a further 2 to 3 minutes. Remove your prawn spring roll filling from the heat, and then I like to strain it through a sieve. Just to get rid of some of the liquid that's in the mix, because if we leave it in, it'll make the spring roll wrappers a little bit too soggy when we're cooking it. Once it's strained, spread it out on a plate or a baking tray, and this just helps it to cool down as quickly as possible, because we want the mixture to be cold when we roll our spring rolls. To make a glue to hold our spring rolls together, I'm simply going to mix 1 tablespoon of plain or all-purpose flour with 2 tablespoons of water. Mix it together until the mixture is smooth. To make the spring rolls, you'll need 8 spring roll wrappers, or you can use phyllo pastry like I'm using. Place 1 piece of pastry onto the bench, and then with the rest I recommend placing a damp cloth over them. This just helps to stop them from drying out. And then place 2 to 3 spoons of the mixture into the centre in a nice long shape. And it's helpful to have the pastry on an angle so that there's a pointy edge facing you. Fold in the 2 sides and then brush the bottom with your flour and water mixture. Fold it over, then brush all of the pastry at the top, and then just simply roll up your spring rolls. Repeat the process until you've used all of the mixture up. You should get 8 large spring rolls from this. Once you've rolled all of the spring rolls, place them onto a baking tray lined with parchment paper. And I'm brushing mine with a little bit of melted butter, but you could also use a spray oil or just brush them with a little bit of oil before they go in the oven. Place them into a preheated oven at 170 degrees Celsius fan for 25 to 30 minutes until golden brown, turning halfway through the cooking process. Spring rolls are traditionally deep fried, but I wanted to show you an alternative way by baking them in the oven, and I'm sure you could also do them in the air fryer as well. If you do try it, let me know how it works out in the air fryer. The main difference I've noticed between deep frying and oven baking them is that when you're deep frying, you'll end up with a more even, deeper golden colour on the outside, whereas they can be not as evenly coloured when you oven bake them, but you still end up with delicious crispy spring rolls. So that's how I make these delicious oven baked prawn spring rolls. I think it's definitely one you should try for yourself. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.